Hey, this clip is from the most recent Nick Simmons show. If you want to see that show in its entirety, I will link it in the description below. But today we're talking with Colin. He has a great question. It was a topic I was hesitant to get into, but I said nothing's off limits when you guys call into the Nick Simmons show. So he asked me about the super shoes controversy, my opinion on the super shoes that are taking over the world of running. Let's roll that clip.
Okay, and then I was also wondering, I'm sure you've been asked this, what are your thoughts on the super shoes?
Super shoes. Colin might get 2 clips this week. Those are 2 really, really good questions. Well, my thoughts on the super shoes. Now, for those of you who are listening that aren't familiar with the controversial topic that is super shoes, right now we're seeing massive, massive technological advances in shoes. Both in training shoes like the Nike VaporFly, which I would consider less a training shoe and more a road racer. The Alpha Flies, the Dragon Flies. I know I'm missing some flies out there. What's that?
The Airs and Victories, the 800, 1500.
Yeah, I haven't even seen those yet. We are seeing these massive technological advances, and these shoes are so well designed that they're allowing people to run times that maybe they couldn't run in a regular pair of shoes. So, Colin, this reminds me a ton. I don't know if you're old enough, but about a decade or 2 ago, we saw this in swimming when the swimsuits were created they called them Sharkskin swimsuits, and it really allowed people to swim world records left and right. I mean, every single time someone jumped in the pool, they were swimming a world record. And ultimately, the governing bodies of swimming had to regulate the suits because there has to be, a fair playing field. And I feel the same about shoes. I love that technology allows us to perform better, allows us to do greater things. One of the reasons we run so fast today is we're running on a standardized rubber track and not on cinders, right? So that's the piece of technology that's allowed us to run faster. Technology that helps us is great, but it has to be a fair playing field and it has to be regulated. So what I feel about the shoes is IAAF, which I think is now called World Athletics, IOC, all the acronyms that govern track and field and running, they need to step in and they need to say, okay, these are the parameters that we are going to play in. And all the shoe manufacturers know what the rules are and we play within those rules. As long as we all know what rules we're playing by, it's a level playing field. But I'm usually hesitant to shout out companies that I'm not working with and not partnered with, but I just have to give a shout out to Nike for pushing the limits. I'm so proud of the PLMs and the company that is Nike for really thinking outside the box. Every time I look at a company, that's not Nike right now, all they're doing is playing catch up to Nike, right? All they're doing is seeing what Nike's doing and then copying it and calling it something else. I am so proud of Nike for pushing the limits. And yes, all the companies need to be reined in and playing under the same set of guidelines. But I'm super, super proud of the work that Nike is doing to push the limits on this technology. That's my feeling on it. I'm curious, Colin, what is your opinion on this?
I feel like the training aspect of the shoes is more because it allows athletes to train harder.
Yeah.
Because there's the lower chance of getting injured and your energy return is higher. I heard that analogy from Ben True and Alan Webb, and I thought that was the best.
100%. I ran in the VaporFlies quite a bit, and though I believe that at a $250 price tag, that's a crazy expensive trainer. If you can afford it, I love the way that the foam, the Zoom X foam feels. It feels so cushiony, and especially for a 190-pound bison lumbering out there on the asphalt, being able to get that nice cloud under my foot felt great. So, shout out to Nike on a great pair of shoes there. All right, you guys, I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much for everyone who called in. If you want to be on the Nick Simmons show, if you want to call in and ask me anything, you can text me at the number below. Also, this week I have linked in the description below some of my absolute favorite products for training, whether it's in the gym or out running. Check out these products. I think you'll find them really helpful. See you next week.